They were the memory card cut out. They were all stood behind me and they were just watching me playing, which was like really crazy. And luckily, if anyone knows from the UK, a guy called Jason Bradbury hosts a show called The Gadget Show, where they just review everything, and I watch that all the time and see like stuff like this, and I'm just like, wow, this is insanely amazing. And yeah, he was there, and I didn't know I was playing against him, and I actually beat him and his team. And luckily, I like got like a 6 kills within like 5 seconds. I ran in the building, just like destroyed everyone, and performed just like absolutely insanely. And they all saw it and were just like, you know, we know who you are anyway. We wanted to speak to you, but you know, you've done really well. Do you want to work together? You know, basically become a sponsor, become my sponsor, which is really crazy. And that's why the like Razer hooked me up with what you can see here is my Black Widow Ultimate gaming keyboard, which is really good. You should have seen my dad. I actually got it in the post, and my dad opened it and was just like, "Whoa, look at this keyboard!" And I just walked in like, I wanted to do that, and he was just like, "Yeah, but it's so good, man." So like my dad like checked out all the gear, and it's like it is wireless. You can actually plug it into that. And this is really nice. I think it is the Mamba in it. Yeah, I got the Razer Mamba. I showed the box before. And yeah, these keyboard and mouse is awesome. And I was just waiting for these to come before I did the setup. And then like Nvidia sent the screens first. And this is the crazy thing. Nvidia actually sent these screens out to me, courtesy of them just going, you know, we want to hook you up with EA, like we'll work together and we'll give you like, so I can play Battlefield across all the free screens, so I can see like all the way to my left and all the way to my right and don't have to turn to have a look there. It's really crazy. And they sent me that, but they sent me 3 graphics cards, 3 GTX 580, 2 GTX 580s, and I already had one installed. So if you see my computer here, this is like my beastie computer down here, I've only got 2 installed at the moment because it turns out my graphics card, the one I already had installed in, was faulty, so the 2 they sent me I'm actually using at the moment, and hopefully I can try and get 2 590s off them. That'd be really cool. But yeah, that's what I'm using at the moment in the system, which is looking really nice, like with the blue neon lights on the front of it as well. If you want to know the specs of the computer, I think I've put it in my previous episodes and you know, like setups and stuff like that. It's like 12 gig of RAM computer, i7 Sandy Bridge processor. What else do I need to tell you? I don't really know. And they're like the main specs everyone usually asks, but it's really good. And I, you know, without that computer, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And it's just an absolute beast. There, I've just got like a charging unit for controllers and one for the PS3 ones, but I hardly ever charge them for some reason. Then I've got my PVR and my like faxer machine below and everything like that. And then that bag there just contains that camera, which I use for going to events with and stuff and filming, like interviewing people, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I was like, I absolutely owned it up with them, like against Jason, and I was actually down there with Calux. Yeah, I was down there with Calux, which is really cool. That is from Mrs. Black Ops on YouTube. So I was down there with him. Luckily, you know, he let me stop it over at his house because the accommodation I couldn't find anywhere to stay. And then we went there, and he was just like, whoa, this is crazy, and you know, picked up sponsors and everything like that. And hopefully, I should be traveling like across Europe, going to gaming events. So if you guys are across Europe or however, and you want to attend some, let me know, and I'll just see if I can try and get out to it. If they'll get me out there, that'd be really cool. Then I can meet all you guys, because I want to thank you. So yeah, whereabouts next are we with the setup? So, you know, right, screens, headset. This is a big question I get asked all the time. What headset do I use? Turtle Beach PX5s. These things are just outstandingly amazing. I've used a lot of different headsets, and it does actually have a stand, but it's back there. I've just got like my TV in the way of it at the moment. But I use them all the time, just because they're amazing. I can connect up like my iPhone to them. You know, everyone's got iPhones, which I've got something really cool to show you in a minute. I got like my iPhone connected to it, so when I get someone rings me, instead, like say when I'm wearing Tritons, you know, I can't integrate my phone with it as well. But with these ones, if someone rings me, it'll come through my phone as well, which is really awesome. Plus, you know, like the 7.1 surround sound headset, which is just amazing. Because most headsets are actually 5.1, but these bad boys are 7.1. So if you're gonna get a headset, I highly recommend them, because I've pretty much tried every other headset, even Astros and stuff like that. And these are really comfy, really nice, light, not too heavy, lightweight. And yeah, if after a headset, and you know, you've got the money to throw that sort of money at a headset, then absolutely go for that. Now, what I want to show you with my case is, this is like the best iPhone case in the world. Now, I seen this when I went out to America, and I had to pick one up there from the Apple store whilst I was out there. So if you want one, I think Apple's the best place for this. Now, my iPhone might look really big, and that's because this extension bit on it, that's actually a spare battery. How cool is that? It's like another battery on the back of it, and then you press this button here, and then once you actually change your charging thing, so it's not a USB anymore, it's a tiny little one, and it charges your entire phone as well as this battery unit at the same time. So when your phone's low on battery, you just flick this switch here, you know, like your phone says it's charging, and then you're pretty much ready and raring to go. Let me just turn off my speakers. Get so much interference. Rage mode. So yeah, that is like an amazing iPhone case. So it charges your phone like fully again, so you can charge your phone twice off this thing. Kind of a bit costly though. It's like, it was £50, so that was like $80 in America or something like that. Kind of costly, but if you use your phone a lot and you're traveling a lot, then that is the perfect case to get you. Probably if you drop it, it will take some damage and the battery will start working, but if you're kind of careful with it and look after your phone, then that should be fine. But then again, when I say look after your phone, oh no, oh no! Look what I did to this one. I kind of owned it, which was a bit of a shame really. I didn't mean to do that, but what can I say? What happens happens, and it kind of got wrecked. So the next thing in the setup is, I'll probably show you my cameras. The camera that I'm using at the moment is a Canon, which I actually just went to a shop and just said I want one with a really wide angle lens. So instead of me having to be like this vlogging, like that, I can just like hold it pretty much in front of my face like that, and you can still see everything, you know, picks everything up. This one here is kind of similar, but like as a better video recorder. This does 1080p that I've got in my hand, but this looks, you know, kind of more professional. If you go into an event interviewing someone, you don't want to be holding like, this is a, you know, like a flip camera, like it's got a flip because of that. You don't really be holding that in someone's face like, hey, how you doing, sir? I'm trying to interview him with like a crappy microphone on it and everything. Whereas this one I've got at the moment, you know, like it's really small, really thin. Oh, I'll try to show you the side of it. That really didn't work. So I'm just using this, and it's like perfect, best camera I've picked up, and it's like only £100. And when I say only, for the price of cameras nowadays, this is really cheap. Whereas something like this will set you back like something. I think it dropped massively. The day I went out and bought it, because I needed to rush down to London, I bought something like this and I picked it up for, I think it was like £350. And literally a week later, it dropped £100 in price, just because it wasn't the latest model. And what the latest model offered, not joking, they had a freaking projector. It had a projector there, and you could put it against a wall and project like a 7-inch image or something. So it was just pointless. So yeah, this is perfect for like going like interviewing or whatever, stuff like that. And yeah, good camera overall. It looks a bit professional instead of just like filming with an iPhone. And yeah, here I kind of suck it into. I suck it into everything. Everyone was like, don't do it, and I couldn't help, and I went out and got myself an iPad. I couldn't resist, I really couldn't. I wanted one for a while, and I finally just decided, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And really, because I am always on Twitter all the time, you know, like speaking to you guys, and this is where this comes into play. See, like I've got my screens here, I'll do YouTube and editing on this screen, and then with this one I'll do Skype all the time, and then this one I'll keep my Twitter open. And now a lot of people ask me, do I reply to you guys? And I do, because if you can see here, you know, like when I say hashtag the Minecraft project, I'll see everything you say here if you don't want to tag me on Twitter. But then everyone who asks me a question, I've got it there, so I can reply to as many people as I can. And you know, I'm not always on it, but when I can, I can. And here I am on Twitter, just like, you know, filming this and checking out what everyone's saying. So I try and stay in touch with you guys as much as possible. And that is awesome. There's just a standard controller that I've got connected up to my computer there. As you can see, it's a wireless connector for my Xbox, like a remote control. I think, no, Xbox control. There we go. And then here, this one here, is my Tritons, which I got for Xbox, but I finally decided to hook them up for my computer. So when I'm gaming, I've not coming out, which I've actually got a 5.1 surround sound, and the subwoofer is there. It's sat on top of it. It's dark, it's black. So that sits on top of them. And yeah, these are really great speakers, but the headset's really good. The only problem I had with these Tritons is when I had them on my Xbox, the right sound came out the left ear and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's a malfunction with that, but when I hooked them up to my PC, it was absolutely fine. So I was really confused. But I just use them for PC now, and they're really good and really comfy. I think that's what I like best about these Tritons, especially when I'm using my computer, is that they've got like it's like memory foam ears, almost like Astros, but they're like the cheaper version.